Okay, She-Hulk Episode 1, Attorney at Law, Marvel's 8th running series now. Wow. So let's see what we've got here. And play. Title screen running. Looks like the standard Marvel title screen. Hulk, Ant-Man, Black Panther. Yep, all the familiar faces. Nothing changing so far. Okay, and there's the Marvel screen. Let's see what they've got in store for us today. I'm not super excited about this series. Wasn't, bowled over by the trailer, but let's see. Okay, Jennifer Walters, title character. Oh, fourth wall break to start. Wow. Is she talking to me? I think she's talking to me. Oh no, she's practicing. She's practicing. Okay. Someone's telling her she's terrible at how she's doing her job. She's practicing her speech. Is she actually talking to the jury? No, she's not. She's talking to her friends. Okay. So here we have Jennifer Walters, opening scene. She's talking about responsibility and power, and she's talking to her friends, practicing as if she's talking to a jury. And we see her and her two friends. Maybe it's not two friends. I feel like the other woman's her friend. Oh, Dennis is not a nice person. Dennis is having a go at paralegals. Okay. Best friend's a hype man. There it is. Okay. So Jen against GLK and H. And it sounds like she's got aspirations to be a district attorney. We can Hulk out. Wow. Okay. I mean, decent opening scene. We're seeing that she's an attorney. She's a bit nervous about what she's doing. She's got career aspirations. Oh, here we go. Fourth wall break. I am a Hulk. Interesting. Throwback. So she's fourth wall breaking and throwing us back to probably her origin story. A few months ago, here she is in a car with Bruce. Bruce is a human. Okay, fine. And he needs a device to keep him in human form now. So we're in Marvel Phase 4. Bruce still hasn't figured out how to go from human to Hulk on his own. And here he is with his cousin in the car. She's driving. He's trying to eat chopsticks with one hand. Eat chopsticks? What am I talking about? He's trying to eat with chopsticks. And now we're talking about Captain America having a girlfriend. Why are we talking about Captain America? Okay. I've learned more about Captain America's origin story than I've learned about hers. Fair enough. Yes, you are repeating everything we already know about Captain America. Actually, they made a joke about Captain America being a virgin, and a random spaceship comes out of nowhere. What is going on? Why is there a random spaceship emerging out of the middle of nowhere? This will be interesting. Car rolls. She probably would have died, but anyway, it's fine. She's wearing a seatbelt. Seatbelt save life, guys. And she's crawled out of the car. She's got a cut on her arm. Is this the moment? Bruce is in the car. Bruce doesn't know that he should just take the seatbelt off. She has opened the door without just using the handle. I would assume you just use the handle to open the door. Pre-Hulk Jennifer's pretty strong. So really, this is how they're gonna do it? He bleeds onto her, and she turns into the Hulk. We don't see her yet. Smart play, Disney. And there we go. The Hulk is the Hulk. So Bruce turns into the Hulk. Jen turns into, I'm assuming, the Hulk. And now we've got a fast forward scene. Jen is woken up in the middle of nowhere. Let's see what goes on from here. Interestingly, in the original series, the origin stories are very different. So Jennifer Walters was shot by the mob, I think, and Bruce had to do an emergency blood transfusion to save her life. I feel like that's actually more of a compelling origin story than just we were attacked by a spaceship, he had a cut, the blood just fell on my arm and I turned into the Hulk. I feel like a blood transfusion is a bit more legit, you know? And also creates a stronger bond between the two characters. This seems very incidental, you know, there's no meaning behind her origin other than we rolled down a car after a random spaceship that no one knows about attacked us. But let's see what they do with the character here. So she is in the middle of a club sort of scenario, bar club. She looks looking at herself in the mirror. What happened to me? She's got blood on her shirt. Got green on her as well. And 4 random ladies walk in the bathroom and say, "What happened to you?" And they're making jokes about her doing a walk of shame. And they've given her some shoes. They've dressed her up. She's got a fancy jacket and she's getting makeup. Okay. So she doesn't know where Bruce is. We don't know where Bruce is either. Everyone's got a phone for her to use. Very helpful ladies. And now we've got a bunch of random dudes in the car park. And they're just approaching her because she's standing there. And they're not going to leave her alone. So far we've got every male in this show is a terrible human being. Okay, and now we see Jen as the Hulk, and she's been rugby tackled, I'm assuming by Bruce. Another fast forward scene. She's waking up in a bed this time. Still got the same clothes on. Lipstick's gone. Has she got the lipstick on? I can't really tell. Don't really care. But she's waking up. Looks like a friendlier environment this time. She's in a nice, well-made bed. No one tucked her in, obviously. She seems inquisitive, looking around what's happening. There's a Led Zeppelin shirt. Wonder if they got any royalties for that. And here we go. It looks like a tropical paradise. I have to guess this is where Bruce is living out his days. There's an Iron Man helmet. Wow. Throwbacks. I don't know if that's the original Iron Man helmet that was broken, but it doesn't look like just a souvenir. Something that's been used. He's drawn to some music. Can't tell. It sounds like Spanish or Mexican music playing. It's gone down into a basement. This is either beginning of... Oh, there he goes, Bruce. So it's not a bad guy. It's Bruce. And he's got a... Bruce's Smart Hulk again. You never have a choice with the names. And what? How did we end up in Mexico? What? And he told her parents. This is bizarre. How far are these fast forwards? She slept long enough that they end up in Mexico? Tony built him, yeah. Lots of name dropping happening in this episode. We had Captain America, or the Virgin Captain America, at the beginning of the episode. We've got Tony's name being thrown in now. And we've seen the Iron Man helmet, so they're leaning hard on what they've done before. Right. Sorry, what? The spaceship wasn't even attacking them? They just incidentally drove into a spaceship which was trying to deliver a message. What is going on? So this is purely incidental. She turned into the Hulk by accident. Oh my god. This is really strange. Okay, so Bruce is basically explaining that because you're my cousin, we can both get away with having gamma radiation in our blood. So you're a Hulk as well as me. He used, hang on, so he used Jen's blood to heal himself. This is actually a reverse of the origin story, because whereas in the origin story he saves her, in this story she has pulled him out of the car, she has instantly turned to the Hulk, and her blood has saved his arm. This is strange. So she is benevolent so far. He's shooting lasers at blood, and it's showing that nothing happens. Okay, so he's basically saying that her blood is more important than his. Her blood is too precious to let other people get a hands on. And he can't create a device to help her stay a human. Okay. So Bruce is saying that he spent years on his own trying to figure out this dilemma of the Hulk versus Bruce Banner, and the best that he could achieve was Smart Hulk, which is he's got a bit of control, but he's still the Hulk. She's obviously overwhelmed by the feeling that she may struggle with the same thing as him. She just wants to be her normal self. That's fair enough feeling. She's hungry. Okay. Maybe she wasn't overwhelmed. Maybe she is. So we're back in the tropical paradise. Bruce is starting to give her some wise words of wisdom with regards to what her life means now. He's telling her to stay away from people, telling her she can't go back to her job, and he's telling her she needs to stay with him until she figures out how to control herself, how to keep a tab on the Hulk within. Look at that, he's literally got a ring binder on everything that he did to help control the Hulk within him. That's actually very useful. I can't believe that Bruce was so forward thinking that he thought someone else might become the Hulk and he may have to guide them through this process. And he's saying it's going to take about 15 years for her to get to just where he is. So let's see. Right, we've got Jen in a big box at the lab. She's got a helmet of sorts on. Looks like a bicycle helmet. Um, but Bruce is going to see if he can turn her into the Hulk. And he's saying that, oh my god. So, okay, writers, interesting decisions writers are making. So, Bruce is saying that the Hulk, turning into the Hulk is triggered by specific emotions, anger and fear, the main ones for him. Jen responds by saying that is the basic emotion that all women feel all the time. Wonderful. And now Bruce is trying to kill his cousin by spinning angry metal blades at her. And she has turned into the Hulk. I mean, so he was successful. Now she is throwing the door and breaking the lab. And she's screaming. She's doing lots of screaming. Led Zeppelin shirt changed size. It must be made out of some sort of stretchy material. So Jen's still Jen. Ah. So when Jen turns into the Hulk, she is not angry. She is just herself. She's not another person. Bruce is astounded by this, rightfully so. Think about the fact he went through 15 years of healing and bringing himself together with the Hulk. He's saying there's no alter ego for Jen. Jen's chill. Jen's very relaxed about this. The animation's actually quite good, you know. I thought from the trailer the animation wasn't going to be that good. But in the lab here, it looks like the animation for Jen is almost on a par with the animation for Bruce. Bruce is still a bit hesitant to let Jen out in the world. He's saying, yes, you're still, you've got your hands on the wheel even when you are the Hulk, but there's lots of other things you have to deal with as a Hulk, which is absolutely correct. You would never send someone straight out to the world just because they survived one experiment where you're trying to kill them. Bruce is being quite sensible. And Bruce says once he was stuck as the Hulk for 2 years. Jen is saying that she's not going to let this happen to her. Interesting. So Bruce is having to tell Jen about the responsibility of dealing with her power appropriately. He's saying that the power that you have as a Hulk can destroy everything around you if you overexert yourself. You need to be really careful. You don't want to be seen as a monster. Jen didn't really care about this, but now she's been won over, so she's saying he can teach her how to be a Hulk. Dialectal behavioral therapy. So here we have Bruce as Smart Hulk and Jen as Human Jen sitting opposite each other in yoga poses, cross-legged. Bruce is sticking to clinical evidence, so he's saying this isn't yoga, this is a proper therapy that has some evidence base behind it, and Jen is making fun of it, which is fine. I mean, there's supposed to be some element of comedy in the series, I guess. So Jen's very chill about this. I'm kind of surprised that she's so chill, given the fact that Bruce just said everyone around you could be hurt and die as a result of your power. She doesn't seem to be that focused. Okay. Bruce wakes Jen up with a air horn, and she turns straight into Hulk Jen. When she sleeps, she's Human Jen, according to Bruce. Okay. This is nice. We're seeing some practical things that the Hulk would have to deal with. So Bruce is saying the structural integrity of everything that you use needs to be much stronger because you're much heavier when you're in your Hulk body. So this is interesting. Hulk is saying that there needs to be a Jen Human wardrobe and Jen Hulk wardrobe. And he just said spandex is your friend. But we've already seen that she transformed into the Hulk with a Led Zeppelin shirt, and that wasn't spandex. Just increased appropriately. What is going on? Bruce is throwing rocks. Jen is also throwing rocks. And Jen is throwing them further than him. Bruce is jealous. Bruce is jealous and is not liking that she's better than him at stuff. Why is she making fun of men? Okay. Bruce is doing a simple yoga pose. Jen can instantly do everything much better than him. And Jen has just broken a cliff into pieces and caused collapsing trees. And now Bruce has got so jealous that he's punched her off a cliff. Okay, so we went from the one man in this series who was being reasonable, now being unreasonable. And Jen's not happy with him either. Bruce is now being a bit of a downer, says Jen. Now Bruce is gonna make it up to her by showing that she can do some cool things as a Hulk. So, they can drink as much as they want and not get drunk because their liver metabolizes things much faster than everyone else. She's liking this. They have gone through a lot of alcohol. So we've got a bar that I don't know, we've got a bar that Bruce and Tony have created on their own. Looks like in the middle of the paradise in Mexico. Kind of wish we saw a series about that. Just Bruce and Tony in Mexico. So glass is clinking. Jen and Bruce are having a little moment, just saying that I don't really understand. They haven't really built the relationship between these two characters. They're doing stuff together, but I don't really see, a development in their emotional bond with each other. We don't know how close they are. We know that Bruce is concerned because she's a Hulk and looking after her, but I don't really see that camaraderie, the family element. I think it's something they probably could have built on a little bit more. Jen's just realised that they still get hangovers. And here we are back at yoga. And Jen is getting a bit impatient. She wants to go and leave. And she's saying she's got a life to go back to, which is, I think, fair. Bruce is explaining that he thinks that she's going to be a superhero. So Jen is saying that she wants to pursue her career and use her law degree. She's got student loans to pay. She wants to be regular Jen. Bruce is saying being a Hulk is an inescapable scenario. You have to be a bit of a superhero. You have to understand what your power means. You have to understand how to deal with that. Jen says, I don't need to learn how to control my anger because I've been catcalled before. Right. Wow. So because she gets catcalled and because men tell her what is right and what she should know, what she shouldn't know, she already knows how to control herself completely, and therefore she is just better than him. And there she goes. She's getting angry and she's turned herself into Jen. Oh, actually, spin on that. She didn't accidentally turn herself into Jen. She says, no, I did that on purpose. Bruce is saying, I have not dealt with this before. What's going on? Jen is saying, I'm done with you. I'm better than you. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I can do everything that you can do, but better. And Bruce is kind of stuck here. Jen is quite right here. If she can do everything, then she probably can leave. Wow. Bruce is saying, the responsibility here is so great that you need to be a superhero. You need to protect the world. Jen says no. Jen says no. That probably should be the episode title. Jen says no. So now, oh my gosh, Jen is really ripping at Bruce here. So they spent about 3 minutes building these characters. They had a nice moment at the bar. They're sitting, having a good time. 30 seconds later, Jen is having a go at Bruce, saying, your life is ruined. Everything's been ripped out for you. You've not met any of your social milestones. And I want to do all of that. And I am better than you with regards to controlling my powers. Bye-bye. Bruce is understandably worried about the fact that she just wants to leave after about 5 seconds of training. It's Jen versus Bruce we're about to have here. It's Jeep Jen versus Bruce. And Bruce has been buried by rocks. That should not really affect him. He is a Hulk, remember? Oh, good, yeah. Are we about to see two Hulks fight each other? They're still angry at each other. Right. Oh! We're getting it. It's a Hulk off. So Bruce is one-handedly pushing her. Oh, she knows some sort of UFC moves here. MMA Jen. Also, I still don't understand this two wardrobe thing, but we don't really need to focus on that. It seems like everything she wears just increases inside appropriately for her, which I think is fair. I mean, at the end of the day, modesty is important in these shows, and it's targeted at a young audience. Oh, she can't do the Hulk clap yet. Bang! She can suddenly do it on the second try. And now she can do it continuously. She's literally has no idea what effect this has on Bruce. She is clapping continuously. He's clearly in pain. And now he has punched her through a tree. Nice to see that coconuts falling on the Hulk don't affect him. Okay. Hulk's throwing things. She broke his glasses, and then she screamed at him. Why does she scream like that if she is just normal Jen? Do they ever normally just scream like that? Oh no. They've just destroyed his bar that he built with Tony. Oh, now he's sad. And she said sorry. Okay, so here they are fixing the bar. Why is Bruce suddenly saying that she can go back to her life as a lawyer? Them fighting does not change things. Fourth wall break again, nice. Bruce's bar. And they don't... Obviously, Tony's part in this doesn't matter anymore because they rebuilt it as them two. So she's etched JW and BB into the bar. This makes no sense. They fought for 2 seconds. Suddenly Bruce understands where she's coming from and wants her to go. And she hasn't changed her position on things at all. I would have thought that someone who had literally fought against someone who tried to eliminate half the universe and succeeded would have been a bit firmer in his beliefs here. See you at the next family dinner. So that's the origin story, I think. Oh, it is. We're back. Okay. No Crazy Hulk stuff since. So we're back to Jen in the office. Jen's telling us that everything's been smooth sailing since she became a Hulk. She's going to go into the courtroom. Let's see her go. I didn't realise they did the court drawings on with iPads and things now. That's pretty cool. So we've got the defense, or maybe prosecution, speaking here, talking to the jury. They're looking over at Jen as if she's lost. Jen's... my gosh. So even the guy on Jen's team is a bit of a dick. And here she goes. Oh, right. So she says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, she's about to give her speech, and bang! Someone flies through the door. And it's Jamila Al-Jamil's character. I think it's Titania. I've done a little bit of reading about this, Literally, she's being fended off by guards here. She's obviously not that super if Jen has decided she can take her shoes off. Okay, Jen's turned into the Hulk. The question is, attorney at law, Jennifer Walters, attorney at law. Titania throws a table at her, and Jen throws the table back. Flying kick. Oh man, good old 80s flying kick where you can nearly see, basically can see the wires. Uh, and she, one punch, slams her into the side of the courtroom, and here come the security guards. Badass music starts playing, and she's back in the heels. I'm ready to give my closing argument now. And end episode. Wow. So you got some cool artwork at the end. Let's fast forward through. I'm not going to watch the whole artwork. Okay, there's a post-credit scene. Let's see. She-Hulk Attorney at Law title screen comes at the end. Jen... Oh my god, they're literally still making jokes about Captain America being a virgin. So, Jen's back at the bar with Bruce, talking about how she's sad that Steve Rogers is a virgin, or was a virgin. Bruce is explaining that Steve is not a virgin. Okay, so the whole joke is that he's not actually a virgin, and she was just trying to get it out of Bruce that he wasn't a virgin. That Captain America wasn't a virgin. Okay. I mean, what do we think about this episode, guys? A lot to be said. What I'll say is, it wasn't a terrible first episode. They set the scene. They created some sort of origin story. If I'm honest, I would have liked it if they spent a bit more time on that origin. It seems very rushed. They're in a car together. A spaceship that we have no idea what it is just randomly comes down, causes them to swerve off the road. They fall down the road. Jen gets out of the car. Some blood from Bruce's cut arm falls on Jen. She turns into the Hulk. And then Bruce uses Jen's blood to save his own arm later. They talk about the spaceship once, saying that it was probably not trying to attack us. It's probably just a random courier. Bruce is going to sort it out. Doesn't seem to be anything else that they're worried about with regards to the fact that a spaceship just attacked them. I mean, I would say it attacked them if it just randomly dropped in front of their car in the middle of the road. Then we get a long-ish segment of her turning, controlling herself. But really, she's not training here, because all we learn by the end of the whole segment is that Jen is already a perfect Hulk. She can control herself, switching from human to Hulk. And this is attributed to the fact that she has had to deal with controlling her emotions as a human for many years, because men have told her, the men have catcalled her, men have said, oh, let me explain this to you. So as a result of catcalling and mansplaining, Jen is able to modify her emotions and control her emotions with such power that she can control whether she's a Hulk or a human. That in itself, I think, is a bit ridiculous. And I think probably what we're seeing here is writers with an issue. And they've got the issue in their mind. They've got the message that they want to send with regards to the issue, which is that we want to promote female empowerment. Women have to deal with these issues on a daily basis. And I think what they're doing is conflating that issue into her origin story and giving her more power than she should probably have. I think sometimes you have to put the story before the message. You need to write a good story, and then the message can be incorporated into that story, rather than have the message in your mind first and then create a story and writing which goes with it. And I think for me, I don't feel like they have achieved the high-end writing that they probably could achieve if they had done that. It's a difficult one. We'll see how it goes with the rest of the series. Animation-wise, I thought the animation was actually pretty good during this episode. I thought the audio was good. There were some jokes here and there. They didn't particularly hit hard for me. I'm I wasn't expecting this to blow me out of the water, and so I wasn't expecting to watch this and go, "This is the best series I've ever seen." It wasn't like Netflix Daredevil episode 1, something like that. Judging on Marvel's previous series, I think this is probably average. Um, I'm sure some people have got mixed emotions on this with regards to Jennifer Walters being able to do things just because she's a woman, just because what she deals with in her life. Probably, having listened to my commentary, you must think that I'm having a go at the episode, but I thought generally things are okay. I thought some of the reasons behind, some of the decision making was a bit ridiculous. But let's see how they develop the character. I'm not going to judge it just on the first episode. And yeah, so we'll see you guys for episode 2. Thanks so much for joining. Bye.